So, can you tell me how to create a mixed conditional? How many plays did Shakespeare write? What's your mother's birthday? If your answer to any of these questions is I don't know, then this lesson might just be the thing you need. So today I'm going to share 30 creative, intelligent, but honest expressions as an alternative to saying I don't know. Now, why do we want to avoid saying I don't know? Well, yes, number one, we don't want to use the same vocabulary over and over again. It gets boring. But also in this case, saying I don't know can sometimes make you feel a little bit stupid, like you should know, but you don't know, particularly when it comes to a work environment, formal situations. You don't want to feel like you're lacking knowledge. So some of these expressions I'm going to give you, you'll be able to use in the workplace or at university to show that although you don't know, you are in the process of finding out. And to start with, I am of course going to look at more informal, colloquial, and yes, a few slang expressions that we would use in natural, native, spoken English, and then move on to the more formal. As always, it is so important that you understand that these are not simply synonyms. All of these expressions will have slightly different connotations or meanings, that actually you need to use them in specific situations. In fact, some of them could be rather rude if used incorrectly. And actually, some of them are rude. You want to be rude. So, listen carefully, pay attention, and remember to note down my examples. What context do I give you? How informal are they? Could you use them with friends, with colleagues, with your grandmother? Make sure you choose the right expression for the right situation. So let's get started. 30 wonderful, creative, intelligent, and some very formal expressions to say, I don't know. Right, let's get started. Number one, and yes, it is informal. I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue. Listen carefully though, when I speak fast, it is informal, it is colloquial English. That T actually becomes rather much like a D. It's much softer. I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue. So I haven't got a clue, meaning I don't know. Have you seen your sister? Did she go out last night? I haven't got a clue. Quite informal and really does cut things quite dead. You don't know, and it does sound like you're really not interested in finding out why, where, or how. You're not interested in learning more. Number two, I haven't got the foggiest. I haven't got the foggiest idea, often we would say, but you can cut it down to I haven't got the foggiest. Fog is actually a type of weather. It's when the cloud is very low and you can't see clearly. So I haven't got the foggiest, connected to the fact that you can't see through something. But yes, it's a common expression. I haven't got the foggiest idea. Do you know if we need milk at the supermarket? Really? I haven't got the foggiest idea. In the same way, you can simply say, I have no idea. I have no idea. Quite simple, often used, and really does express that you just don't know something. And again, you're really cutting that quite short. So you'll notice with a lot of these more informal expressions that you're just saying, I don't know, and it's that simple. I'm going to move on to express saying that you don't know something, but you're going to find out soon. Keep watching these informal ones first. Number four, search me, search me. This does sound quite dismissive. You might hear it from perhaps a younger person, maybe a teenager, if that's not stereotyping too much. But search me means, well, I don't have the information. I don't know. Search me. Do you know when the exam results are coming out? Search me. Number five, it's beyond me. It's beyond me. Now, what this is actually saying is it's beyond your ability to know something. So, for example, do you know why they broke up? Have you heard anything? Really, it's beyond me. So you're saying that you don't know something and you really don't have the ability to actually gain that knowledge. It's beyond me. To be beyond something is to be past it. You can't connect to something. So you're saying that it's just not information that you can come by. You don't know. Number 6, a little bit like the foggiest idea. I don't have the foggiest idea. I don't have the faintest idea. Faint means very weak, light. For example, the ink on the paper was very faint. You could hardly see it. So I haven't got the faintest idea means you haven't even got a small amount of knowledge. You really don't know. I haven't got the faintest idea. You could probably say, I haven't got the faintest. Number 7, again, be careful with this. It is slang and it does sound a little bit dismissive. Beats me. A little bit like search me. Beats me. Meaning I don't know and I've got no idea. So, who won at football last night? Beats me. I didn't watch the match. Number 8, be careful. This one definitely could sound a little bit rude if used in the wrong context, and actually it usually is used in the wrong context. How should I know? How should I know? When someone's asking you something, but you're thinking, well, why should I have that information? Why are you asking me? Did your mother come home yet? How should I know, Dad? So again, be careful. Generally speaking, I would avoid that one. It does sound a little bit dismissive. It's saying, I don't know, and why do you think I would know? Number 9, if only I knew. If only I knew. This could, again, come across as being sarcastic, but essentially what you're saying is, I don't know, but I wish I did. I haven't got that knowledge. Any idea why she's so grumpy in her bedroom today? She hasn't been out of that room at all. Whew, if only I knew. Number 10, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. To use I wish with I knew, you're referring to the present, not the past. And it is saying you wish you did know. You want to know, but you don't. I wish I knew. What are the lottery numbers going to be tonight? Oh, I wish I knew, but I don't. Number 11, a lovely expression and yes, very natural, very native. I couldn't tell you for the life of me. I couldn't tell you for the life of me. Do you remember when they got married? What's their anniversary? I'm sure it's coming up. I couldn't tell you for the life of me. So really, I have no idea. Number 12, when someone doesn't know something and they ask you if you know something, you could say, your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is as good as mine. Meaning you don't know, I don't know, we can guess, but really, neither of us have a clue. So your guess is as good as mine. So do you think she's going to pass the exam? Really, your guess is as good as mine. Number 13, to make sense of something. Now, obviously, if you use this in the affirmative, it means you know. I managed to make sense of that crazy map and I got there in the end. But if you say, I couldn't make sense of it, I couldn't make sense of it, I can't make sense of it, then you're saying, I can't understand and I don't know. I can't make sense of this recipe at all. Do you know how to make this? I don't know. I don't understand. Now, number 14, we are moving on to perhaps more formal expressions and certainly avoiding saying, I don't know, and clearly I'm not going to try and find out. Instead, we're going to use I don't know. But what I want you to do is add a very simple 3-letter word to the end. I don't know, but. I don't know, but. And this is what I think is so important. Very often, certainly in academic situations, in a business environment, you might not have knowledge. You could be new to a job. You could be in your first year of university. And if someone asks you, do you know where we should hand in our assignments? You could say, I don't know, but I can certainly look into it. I can certainly look into it, meaning research to find out, to discover. Or, I don't know, but I might know someone who does. I think Sarah handed in an assessment last week. I don't know, but I'll try and find out. I'll try and find out. I don't know, but I just need to double check. Meaning you might ask someone, you might read up on it, you might Google it. I don't know, but I just need to double check to be sure of something. Now, with those phrases, you'll obviously want to say that you're going to find the information and then relay it, give it back to the person who asked. whether that is a colleague, your boss, or of course maybe a fellow student at university, by adding to those phrases, and I'll get back to you. And I'll get back to you. I don't know, but I can certainly look into it and I'll get back to you. So there we're combining these phrases to really make a good impression. You're acknowledging that you don't know something, but you're showing that you have the incentive, the motivation, and the initiative to actually go and find out, to discover the information that you need. I don't know, but I might know someone who does, and I'll let you know. And I'll let you know. I don't know, but I'll try to find out and I'll update you. So those are some great expressions that we can combine together to show that although you don't know something, you do take the initiative and you are willing to find out, that you don't just accept you don't know something, you're always open and continuing to learn. These are some more formal expressions. These certainly do sound a little bit more polite, sophisticated, and certainly more professional for the workplace. I'm not sure, or I'm unsure. I'm not sure or I'm unsure. So this really suggests that you don't know completely and you want to find out to be sure. So it's simply a synonym of I don't know. I'm not sure, I'm unsure, but it does sound a little better. Remember earlier I spoke about connotations. I don't know can imply just complete lack of knowledge and understanding, but I'm unsure suggests that you might know something a little bit, but you're not confident in that knowledge. So it is a little bit different and therefore it can sound better. So do you know what time we're meant to meet tonight? Really, I'm a little bit unsure, but I'll try and find out. Number 24. This is so important that you do give yourself a break if you don't know something. Don't stress about it too much. Plenty of my students during their speaking exams freak out. They get so stressed if they think they don't know the answer. A great filler, and it gives you time to think about the answer, is simply, let me have a think about it. Let me have a think about it. Yes, I think I do know where she's from. Yeah, London, that's it. So giving yourself just that little bit of time. Sometimes you might know the answer and all you need to say is, I need to think about it, or let me think about it. Now, number 25, I can't recall or I can't remember off the top of my head. So again, I don't know off the top of my head is a great idiomatic expression. It means to think of something on the spot, spontaneously. So I can't recall, more formal of I can't remember, you choose. I can't recall, I can't remember off the top of my head. So I can't think of it right at this moment. I don't know right now. Give me a minute and I might remember. I can't recall when her birthday is off the top of my head. Give me a moment and I'll check it in the system. Number 26 and 27 are very, very similar. Essentially, you're saying you don't know. It's not some knowledge that you have, but perhaps somebody else does. So, not to my knowledge, not to my knowledge, or not as far as I know. Not as far as I know, meaning I don't know. I don't think this is true. I don't think this is the case, but it could be. So, I don't know. Maybe somebody else does. Not to my knowledge, not as far as I know. Number 28, very honest, very open. I don't want to give you the wrong answer, so let me just double check. You see how some of those phrases I gave you earlier can still be used with some of these. They work really nicely together. Again, showing that you've got the initiative, the ability to actually take time and find out something, to do your research and get the information and learn what you need to know. Can you make a mixed conditional with first conditional? I don't want to give you the wrong answer, so let me have a look in my grammar book and I'll get back to you. 29. You could simply say, that's a good question. That's a good question. Yes, it's a good question, but it doesn't mean I know the answer. When you use this expression, you're saying, I really don't know. That's a good question. Yes, I'll definitely look into it. So that's a good question. When someone asks you something and you really don't know, you can simply say, that's a good question. I will look into it. I will try and find out and I'll get back to you. Number 30, finally, I'm not sure I'm the best person to ask. I'm not sure I'm the best person to ask. For example, if someone says to me, do you know which is the best gym around here? Really, I'm not sure I'm the best person to ask, but I might know someone who does know the answer. I'll ask her and get back to you. So when you say you're not the best person to ask, you're saying that you don't have perhaps knowledge or expertise in that area, but of course you can try and find out. I'm not sure I'm the best person to ask about gyms. Really haven't got a clue. And there we have it. Plenty of expressions there that you could use as an alternative to I don't know. And of course you can use I don't know. Just have the initiative, have the motivation to say, however, I'll look into it and I'll get back to you. Show, particularly in a work environment, that you have got the initiative, the motivation to actually find out information for yourself, that you don't rely on other people to tell you everything, that you can be independent and find the information you need. Don't forget what our friend Albert said. Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but the lifelong attempt to acquire it. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget there's plenty more lessons where that came from. Take care. Bye.